Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halaki from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah with another lesson. And this is going to be another installment of According to Prophecy, where we go into the prophetic scriptures, you see, and break them down the proper way to give you the understanding of the Most High's will and what he intends to do on the earth. You see, and we do have the full understanding of the Most High's will. You see, these Christians love to try to combat what we're saying, you see, as if we're speaking some type of falsity, as if we're speaking some type of dogma. But everything that we're saying is all according to what the Most High has spoken. It's all according to what is written. You see, because the Most High has revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Let's get that real quick. And that's going to be, these two scriptures probably going to come out the most, well, every time I do an installment of this. But this is Amos 3:7. It says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. And what is the Most High's secret? His counsel, his will, what he intends to do in the earth, what he is doing in the earth. That's being revealed unto us. Because everything that's happening in the earth, we can direct it back to what was said, what the Most High said was going to be happening in the scriptures. You see, the entire course of human history is just the Most High's will playing out, man. That's all it is. You see, and the Most High has given us the insight to understand it, to see it, and also to teach it. You see? So back in Revelation 19:10, it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So the spirit of the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ is the spirit of prophecy. If you Christians were truly walking in the spirit of Jesus, you would be in the spirit to prophesy, but you're not. You see? And how do we know this? Because when we go into prophecy, you're confused, you're befuddled, you're bewildered, you don't know what's going on. We ask you where Babylon is. Well, nobody knows, and that's sealed, and that's your prophet interpretation. They have no clue. Vocab alone has no clue of what prophecy says, because the spirit of who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ is not dealing with him. Because we're reading it right here. The spirit of Yahushua, you see, who they ignorantly call Jesus, is the spirit of prophecy. So if you had the spirit of the Messiah upon you, if you had the spirit of the only begotten Son of the Most High upon you, you would be in the spirit to preach and prophesy the correct way. You see, you wouldn't be in the spirit of God bless America, because you understand and know, according to the Most High's will, America is going to be destroyed, as it is written all throughout these scriptures. Now, what we're going to go into today is Revelation 18. It says what? Babylon is fallen. And now we understand now that what? Babylon, Babylon the Great is talking about what? America. You see? And this shows you that the Old Testament and the New Testament go hand in hand, because this is a prophecy constantly reiterated by the Most High through his prophets all throughout the scriptures. You see, this is not a new vision that was just given to John the Revelator. This was given to all the prophets, man, because this is what the Most High intends to do to this place known as America. He's going to completely and utterly destroy it by way of nuclear fire, man. And that day is fastly approaching. How do we know? Because we see World War III brewing up. We see these people getting ready to what? Unleash this new system, this new digital system, and have the RFID as the driving force behind it, which is the mark of the beast. But yeah, man, all these things are happening and playing out according to prophecy, man. Now, once again, this is Revelation 18. Let's get into it. It says, Babylon is fallen. Verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And that's what this place is going to be turned into. A desolate wilderness for desert creatures to inhabit, for foul and unclean birds to inhabit, man. And that's what's laid out in prophecy. Because when you go to Isaiah 34, it lines right up with what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua says is going to happen to Babylon the Great. Now listen, Isaiah 34:5, it says, For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. That sword being bathed in heaven, it goes into the ICBM missiles, man. You see? Being shot into the upper atmosphere, traveling through the upper atmosphere to its destination, being bathed in heaven. And it's going to come down upon Idumea, which is what? The land of Edom, which is Babylon the Great. America, the chief dwelling place of the Edomites. The people of the Most High's curse to judgment. That's what these people were created for. They were the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. You see? This is their reward for what they've done unto us, man. They're finally going to be repaid for all the things they've done unto us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And it begins with what? Their precious America being completely engulfed in nuclear flame. Verse 6 says what? The sword of Yahweh shall be filled. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have a sacrifice in Basra, in a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. See, those both, Basra was the chief city in Edom's original dwelling place, Mount Seir. So now that represents what? Represents the chief dwelling place known as America now. Once again, the land of Idumea. This is Esau's land. This is where that great slaughter is going to take place at, by what? The Most High raining down fire and brimstone upon this place. It goes on to say, And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. 8. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses, for the controversy of Zion. See, this great judgment is coming upon Babylon the Great for what has been done unto Zion, the Israelites, here in this place. The rape, the robbery, the murder, the slavery, the atrocities that we've suffered as a people. The Most High is finally going to pay this place back for everything they've done unto us. You see? And what does it say? Verse 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch, by way of what? Nuclear fire. Verse 10, It shall not be quenched day nor night, or night nor day. Salakia. Isaiah 34:10. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. These are two unclean birds. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. This is what is being talked about in Revelation 18, showing you that these visions are consistent because it's the Most High's will, and his will doesn't change. You see? America is going to be completely and utterly destroyed by way of nuclear warheads, man. And when it finishes burning, the only thing that's going to dwell here is desert creatures and unclean birds, man. As we go on to say, go on to read Salakia. Verse 12, They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. And thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof, and it shall be a habitation of dragons and a court for owls. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr shall cry to his fellow, And the screech owl also shall rest there, and find for herself a place to rest. And there shall the great owl make her nest, and lay, and hatch, and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate. You see? That's the fate of America. This is what we're reading about all the way here in Revelation 18, showing you that this vision is consistent. And there's other places you can go and read about it. You can go read about it in Isaiah chapter 13. You can go read about it in Jeremiah 49, 50, 51. You see? This is the end all be all of America. Going out with great violence by way of nuclear fire, suffering the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah. And why? For all the wickedness that goes on here in this place, man. We're in the month of pride right now, which uplifts and exalts abominable behavior that the Most High is not for. You got all this damn feminism going on. You got pedophilia going on, bestiality going on, the worshiping of idols going on. You see? Murder is at an all-time high in this place. Sexually transmitted disease is at an all-time high in this place. Because what? Adultery is running rampant. You see? These are some of the many reasons Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to destroy this place. And the main reason this place is going to be destroyed is because of what? What has been done unto the Israelites here, man. So now, back in Revelation 18 and 3, it says, for all nations have... verse 2. Revelation 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, in a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That adds up with what we just read in Isaiah 34. That's why you have to read precept upon precept so you can know what these scriptures are saying. Once again, we're going to continue to say it. The Bible is the biggest reference book on this planet Earth. You see, a prophet says something and it's reiterated somewhere else by another prophet. And then another man of the Lord will reiterate that, and it goes back to that source of what was said through the prophets, man. That's what it means to go precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. That's why the scriptures tell you that what? Through thy precepts I get understanding. Verse 3 says what? For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. This is talking about America, man. That's made the nations drunk. You see? Let's get this real quick. Yep. This is Jeremiah 51. It says what? Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that have made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And what's the wine they've drinking of? The wicked doctrines and philosophies of America. You see, taking on democracy, taking on feminism. You see, hey, taking on that US dollar. That's how these nations have become drunk, by drinking the wine of Babylon. Partaking in her fornication, man. Partaking in her wickedness. And look, when you look in the earth, everyone is emulating, you see, the ways of America for the most part. All nations are using that dollar. Not so much more now. It's because what? Babylon is falling. As it tells you in the next verse, verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. So this place is collapsing. And this is why you see everyone what? Now backing away from America. They're getting rid of that US dollar. And that's all according to prophecy. Because we're in the midst of the fall of the greatest empire to ever be established on the earth so far. America is falling, man. And it all goes in hand with what was said in prophecy. You see? Verse 9 says what? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one to his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Now it's time for what? The Most High to punish this place. This is the fate of America. So all you people out here talking about God bless America this and God bless America that, you have no understanding of the Most High's will, man. You don't know what's going on. Vocal doesn't know what's going on. These Christians don't know what's going on. And we give you the play-by-play of what's about to take place according to the Most High's will. That just shows you that pagan plantation Christianity it is not in line with what's written or what was said by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in these scriptures. It doesn't add up. You see? Now we go back to Revelation 18:3. It says what? The nations are drunken with the wine, which is the doctrines and philosophies, man. You see? You're starting to see that whoredom of Babylon be spread all throughout the world, man. So Revelation 18:3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her by getting in bed with that US dollar. You see? And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Because what? America is the greatest consuming nation on this planet Earth. Anything you want in this place, you can get it. As long as you have the funds to get it. It's to the point now, even the homeless have smartphones, man. The homeless walking around with tablets. The homeless are walking around with fucking JBL boom boxes. You see? That's the great abundance that America is living in, where the homeless have these types of things, man. So if the homeless have these types of things, imagine what someone can that has some funds, you see, can do. You can have your heart's desire in this place. This is the land of great abundance and delicacies, man. Now verse 4 says what? And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. And that's what's happening with the remnant. Let me say, that's what's happening with the 1/3. You see? The 1/3 is going to be saved from the land of America. They're repenting and turning back to, we're turning back to our power as prophecy tells us we would. You see? So we won't partake in the plague thereof. Let's get this real quick. Yup. This is Jeremiah 50:8. It says what? Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flocks. And that's talking to the men, the teachers first and foremost, man. That's what we're doing. We're in the spirit to repent. We're in the spirit to be obedient to the Most High's will and go out here and preach this word. So the remnant can hear this word, you see, and turn back from the wicked ways that we've been learning amongst these heathen, especially here in the land of America. Being the he-goats, those are the leaders of the flock, man. You see? Teaching our people the righteous way of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Teaching our people to believe in the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. To put off that name, Jesus Christ, and call upon the Messiah's true name. This is how we're departing from this place. It's spiritually. And then physically, we're going to be taken up once Yahweh Shai returns. Lord willing, we be a part of that number to be saved. You see? So that's how you remove out of the midst of Babylon. Departing from this place. Seeking the old paths, wherein is the good way. You see? Cleansing our way by taking heed to the word of the Most High. That's how we depart from this place, man. That goes into what? Being in the spirit to repent. To turn back from the wickedness that we were committing. To walk in righteousness now. With all faith in our Lord, Yahweh Shai. So we won't partake of these plagues. And what's the plagues that are coming? The sword, famine, death, and destruction. Let's get that real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 5. It says what? 2nd Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. Now this is going to happen all throughout the earth, but especially here in the land of America. America is going to be hit harder than anywhere else on this planet Earth because the wickedness and pride and the arrogancy of the people is beyond anything that has ever been on the earth before. You see? So when these plagues come, man, the Most High gonna hit the America with great force in the form of major judgments and plagues, man. So 2 Ezra 15:5 it says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." And this is what's coming. This is why we have to be in the spirit to repent and turn back to the Almighty through faith in His Son Yahweh Shai. So we won't have to partake in these things, man. Salaki. Verse 6. "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." And this is why these plagues are being sent. This is why these punishments are being sent. It's for a correction. It's for what? It's for judgment. Because famine is about to take hold. Major death is about to be what? Unleashed in the earth. Great destruction is coming. All because of the wickedness of the people, man. That's what wickedness breeds. Wickedness breeds judgment. You see? And all the inhabitants of America deserve to receive this great judgment coming from the Lord, man. You see? So that's why we're being commanded to what? Come up out of her. Repent. Depart from this place spiritually. Because very great and major judgments are coming. And it goes on to say what? Verse 5. Did we not just read this in Revelation 51? It says what? Revelation 18:5. "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities." You see that? That's why these plagues are coming. Because it's time for this place to pay up. It's time for the inhabitants of this place to pay up for all the wickedness they've been doing. Verse 6 says what? "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double." You see that? So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is about to give this place double for all the wickedness that has been committed here. It goes on to say what? Verse 7. "How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her." You see that? "For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow." And that's the mindset of the people here in this place. Ain't no judgment coming. They just fully gone in their wickedness, man. Not even considering that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to punish this place beyond anything that He's ever done on this earth. You see? They don't believe it. Verse 8 goes on to say what? "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power Yahweh who judge of her." You see that? And what did this go back to? You can precept that with this, Isaiah 47. You see? This is we'll start at 1. It says what? Isaiah 47:1. "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." And that's what's happening right now. You see that esteem that the nations had America in for a while is not there anymore. You see, because the Most High is bringing this place down. The luster of this place is diminishing. You see? Verse 2 says what? "Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers." And this place is being exposed for being what? The fucking cesspool that it is. The world is looking on America and it's shameful. You see? As he goes on to tell us in verse 3, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. You see that? And the shame of America is being broadcast for the entire world to see. You see? All the madness that's been going on here in this place. All the wickedness that this place promotes. You see? All the wickedness that this place has done all throughout the world in these different countries, causing their governments and economies to be unstable. All that shit is caused by America, man. So that light that the people used to look at this place in is diminishing. And it's all according to biblical prophecy. Verse 4 says what? Salaki. And it says what? And I will not meet thee as a man. And that's talking about our Lord when he returns. When he makes his second coming. He's not coming as he did 2,000 years ago. Yahweh Shai is coming fully glorified, you see, as a God, man. And he's going to take vengeance on this place. Verse 4 says what? As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. You see that? The glory of this place is diminishing by the day. Verse 6, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. And that's why we find ourselves here in the land of America. This is why the northern kingdom found themselves what? Being having this land taken away from them by way of Christopher Columbus, you see, in 1492. That was the beginning of it. And they just went on a what? A murder spree and stole this land completely from the northern kingdom. They didn't show any mercy. And then what? They brought us over here on slave ships to build this land up. You see, the only reason we suffered all these things is because the Most High gave us over into your hands. That's it. It says what? Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to heart. Neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Is that not what we're reading about in Revelation 18? Showing you that these visions go hand in hand. The Old and the New Testament go hand in hand with each other, man. You see? You can't have the old without the new. You can't have the new without the old. It's all talking about the same things. Verse 9 says what? But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. You see that? That's why this place is about to suffer the way it's suffering. And all the people who are fully engulfed in America, which is Babylon the Great, going into witchcraft of this place, practicing witchcraft themselves. Yahweh Ba'ashmi Hawashai is going to destroy you. You see, the Most High is going to bring great judgment upon you, man. You see, verse 10 says what? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. And that's the mindset of America, because that goes back to the mindset of the elite. They really think they're gods. They really think they can be touched. They really think they can be judged for all the madness they're doing. But the Most High has your number, man. That's why he goes on to say what? Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. You see that? And that's what's happening with this place. We are already in the process of coming of this happening. You see the state of America. You see the shit is going down the drain, and it only gets worse. And it's all according to what the Most High has spoken. You see that? Now let's go back to Revelation 18. I might have to do a part 2 to this. It's already at 30 minutes. So this is Revelation 18:7. It says, as she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's the mindset these people in America have taken on. You see, they really, it's been bad in America before, but it always bounces back. You got Jake in the spirit of voting to try to get Trump in there to continue on this miserable place known as America. You see? Because they don't believe anything bad is coming. They don't believe judgment is coming. But we're telling you right now, man, great judgment is coming. You see? And ultimately, this place is going to be completely destroyed. Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord who judgeth her. You see? That's what's coming. And we see all the things being put into place for this vision to be fulfilled. You see, why do you think these nations are building up their nuclear arsenals? Why do you think these nations are being funneled over there to the Middle East? You see, it's all going to lead to World War III popping off and America being ultimately destroyed when it's all said and done. You see? I can just read this. Yep. And I just get one more after that. So it says, lament for Babylon. So I'll just make just one part. It's all good. It says, verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Why? Because this place is a fucking cash cow. You see, no one consumes more than the American people because all they get is imports, man. They're not really exporting anything. Everything is brought into this place. From PlayStations to fucking Rolls Royces, Gucci, and whatever else. It's all bought in this place and it's consumed in great abundance. You see? That's why the kings of the earth are going to be mourning, because what? The cash cow is gone. You see? You see? So it goes on to say, verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. It's only going to take 1 hour for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai to completely destroy this place. 1 hour. You see? That's all it's going to take. Verse 11 says what? And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. You see that the top consuming nation is gone. That's why they're going to be mourning over this place. 12 says what? The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls, of fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all thine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. These are all things that can be purchased here in Babylon the Great. And yes, the souls of men can be purchased. Look at the entertainment industry. What do you think is happening with that? The transaction is what? You selling out. You see, you giving yourself wholly over to that for a check. And you have to do nothing but wickedness to get to the top ranks of those industries, man. You see, so yes, souls of men can be purchased here in this place. Slaves have been purchased here in this place. To the point to where it tells us in this book, let me see, how white folks got so rich. It tells you that when cotton was booming, you see, during the time of slavery, it was comparable to what oil is now. You see? And that was off the back of who? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is talking about Babylon. This is talking about America, man. You see? The glory of kingdoms. Verse 14 goes on to say what? And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed. But yeah, Revelation 18 and 14, it says what? And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. And all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee. And thou shalt find them no more at all. Because what? America is going to be completely and utterly destroyed by way of nuclear fire. You see? You're not finna come out like it's showing you in the movies when the places become desolate. You can find a license plate or whatever. Ain't nah. This place is going to be erased as if it never existed. You see? 15 says what? The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple, and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones and pearls, which shows what? Royalty. You see? Because this is the chief country on the planet. Let's be for real. This is why you had everyone leaving their countries at one point in time to come over here to live for what? The American dream. This is the glory of kingdoms. 17 says what? For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? Exactly. You see? Because America is the top importing nation on the planet. When you look around the coastline from all the way from Alaska all the way down the west coast, all the way up under the Gulf of Mexico, all the way back around to the east coast, there's nothing but ports surrounding this land. And this is how the majority of the merchandise gets here. And you got guys talking about that's the Vatican. No, man. This is talking about America. You don't see ships just rolling into the fucking Vatican. But day and night, you see ships in and out of the ports of America. It says what? Verse 19. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she is made desolate. You see that? This is what's coming. And we have the understanding of it. We're not reading this like, well, I don't know what that means. Nah. We're telling you exactly what's going to happen according to the Most High's will. He's going to destroy America and make it completely desolate. No one will ever inhabit this land again, man. You see? It says what? Verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. This is finally the repayment, the recompense upon this place for all the things that have been done unto us here in it. You see? This is the payback. You got Jake still marching around talking about some goddamn reparations. We're reading about the reparations that's going to come. This is the only repayment that's fit for this place. They can't write a check big enough, you see, to pay us back for all the things that we've suffered here as a people, that we still suffer here as a people. The only solution is America being completely destroyed, and all you Israelites who have a problem with that, you see, you don't want to be in agreement with Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, and what he intends to do for what's being done unto us here in this place. He's going to leave you here to destroy you with it. You see? Verse 21 says what? And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall not be found any more at all. And you have a Christian say, well, this is talking about the ancient Babylon. Nah. Ancient Babylon is modern day Iraq. They have a world soccer team. There's people still inhabiting modern day ancient Babylon, which is modern day Iraq. You see? This wasn't talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about the spiritual The spiritual Babylon, Babylon the Great, America. This is the place that shall not be found anymore at all once it's destroyed. Ancient Babylon didn't go out this way. This is a future prophecy. This is the future of America, man. Verse 22. And the harp and the harpers, so I'm sorry, and the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more at all in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. You see that? So everything is going to come to a complete halt in this place once the Most High rains that fire down. You see? And it's going to burn up everything it touches. Everything. It says what? For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. You see that? And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. And that goes into what? What we suffered here in this place. But this is what's coming. So you know what? And I'll wrap it up on this to show you, to solidify what it's going to be when it's all said and done. Babylon will fall to the Medes because Russia is going to spearhead the destruction of this place. This is why you have Vladimir Putin in the spirit of talking about what? These missiles weren't made to just be sitting around. They intend on using it. And the Most High is putting Vladimir Putin in that spirit to fulfill his will of what? Destroying America when the time comes. So this is Isaiah 13:17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. They shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Meaning what? When these missiles are shot off, and they release those nuclear warheads over America, from the east to the west, from the north to the south, they are going to do their job to perfection. They're not going to give a damn about no toddlers. They're not going to give a damn about no woman being 9 months pregnant. They're not going to give a damn about a woman being in labor. They're not going to give a damn about a retarded child or whatever it may be. Everything on the soils of America, you see, will be burned up when it's all said and done. The only ones who are going to escape this is the remnant, Salaki, is the 1/3 of the remnant of Israel. You see? Everything left here is going to be touched by that fire to be completely disintegrated, man. Verse 19 says what? And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms. Let's be honest. Who's the glory of kingdoms, man? And so some of you people, man, I broke this down to some fucking Israelites, and they are so fucking, there is such a state of delusion. It's ridiculous. You're going to still, I told them, let's be honest, America is the glory of kingdoms. Well, I don't know. What you mean you don't know? I don't know. It could be, no, it's America, man. You Israelites are in a state of delusion because you don't want to leave Egypt just like before. But you're about to find out very soon. And it's sickening, man. We know and understand that the Most High has you in that condition, but it's fucking sickening to see you love the place of your oppression so fucking much. This is the place that everyone was coming to live the American dream, to seek for a better future. Not so much more now because people are starting to realize how terrible this fucking place is. And that's all according to prophecy as well. We just read it. Everyone shall go back to their own country. You have people leaving. But at one point in time, America was the glory of kingdoms. A land of great abundance and delicacies. But just to hear you Israelites try to vouch for America for this place to continue on is fucking sickening, man. And you deserve to be destroyed, man. You deserve to be completely destroyed. You see? So Isaiah 13 and 19, man. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You see that? Sodom and Gomorrah went out by way of what? Fire and brimstone raining from the heavens. It's going to be the same fate America is going to suffer. But this time, the fire and brimstone that's going to be raining from the heavens is going to be in the form of 200 million thermonuclear warheads to completely and utterly destroy everything in this place. You see? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is about to hit the fucking delete button on America, man. Verse 20 says what? It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. No one will ever inhabit this land ever again once it's destroyed. 21. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And the owl shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, showing you Isaiah 34, Isaiah 13, Revelation 18, all goes hand in hand. It's talking about the same place. Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, Jeremiah 49. It's all talking about the same place. You see? It's talking about the land of America being completely destroyed by way of nuclear fire. 22 says what? And wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. And that day is fastly approaching. And we see all the signs of the times letting us know that that day fastly approaches. For all you Christians who can't seem to get it. You see, you can't get it because the spirit of Yahweh Shah is not on you. You see, because that pagan plantation Christianity is a false fucking doctrine. That's why you have no understanding of prophecy. So with that, man, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.